start with education and your priorities for the next States term. How will you be using your influence, and what are you advocating in education? Ross LeBrun.
Morning. I've got a little boy who's 3, so he's going to be state educated. So it's quite important to me that the states move on. 4 years ago in 2016, they made a decision to get rid of selection, and it's still not sorted now. My thoughts on selection were that the grammar school could only take 15% of the cohort each year, so it excluded 85%. And as a taxpayer, it seems unfair to be able to have to pay towards something that your children may never get the benefit of. It'd be similar to an 11-year-old getting a health test at 11 to see what level of health service they'd receive from 11 to 16. It's just not fair. What they've got to build now, though, the issue is they've got to build a new inclusive system by retrofitting it onto an old selective system. So all the children can enjoy the same subjects, the same resources, and they can move up and down within the school as their ability changes. But I just think whatever comes of this review, the states need to bite the bullet and just crack on with it, because it can't go on for much longer. Otherwise, it would make it's just going to be really embarrassing and be another election issue in 2024.
Adopt the recommendations in the review.
Yeah,
okay.
For definite.
Ross LeBrun, perhaps you could just explain why you're taking your positions on secondary schools.
Go on.
My question to you was that you're putting it to us the outcome of the review should be implemented without any delay.
Right, and the deputies might still not agree.
Precisely, and also this point we've just heard there from Phil LeBaer about the trustworthiness of the whole piece.
Well, I'm not going to comment on the trustworthiness because that's sort of making allegations, but regarding people agreeing, no one's going to agree on everything because people want different things. Some people still want selection. So no matter what is decided, people are going to have to make compromises. I mean, what the voter needs to be careful of is people that are guaranteeing that they're going to vote for a certain model when there's no evidence or costings yet. You got people promising things that they can't deliver. Last night in a hostings I did, there was 9 of us. There was a question: if there was a referendum on the selection model, would you support it even if it went against what you wished? And everyone else, they did say other things, but everyone else said yes. I said, I didn't believe the question, to be honest. It's a referendum on education. I said that you're basically giving the decision to non-educationalists on a coin toss. And he said, we've done it with island-wide voting. I said, yeah, but island-wide voting is how we vote. That's not kids' education. Kids' education is far more complex than that. But yet you've got people telling them what they want to hear, saying, oh, yes, I'll support that. Just desperate for a vote. I want to get in and I want to do something, but I'm not going to sit there and lie and give big shiny promises to do that. I'll give you facts and common sense, and there you go. Sorry.
Let's look more widely at the economy and what you'll be championing within that bracket. Perhaps you've identified where to make savings and ideas that you wouldn't support as well within the chamber. Ross LeBrun.
Thank you. I haven't got the CV some of the other candidates have, but I have been actually running a small business or a couple of small businesses here since 2008, so I can see the issues that small business owners face. One of them is availability of space to actually operate from. I got the, not just myself, but the deputies as well, but I was the only person campaigning for it really, for the Fontaine Vinery tenants to go to Griffiths Yard. But there's lots of issues like that on the island, and I think the states need to concentrate a little, not concentrate solely, but just offer a little bit more emphasis on smaller businesses, listen to them and see what they need so that they can invest in themselves. People say about extending the runway. If the evidence is there, then yeah, do it, but not within the next few years, that's for sure. I mean, who's going to come here in the first place? But what we need to do is give a reason for people to get on the planes and come here first. Yeah, so I agree with everything Sasha says, but tourism, we need to be creative. It's easy to just say tourism and to plough money into marketing at the island and showing pictures of the beaches and things like that, but we need to make the most of some of the niches we've got, like the bunkers and our history with the Germans. Some people might not like to hear that, but I've got a few ideas for the economy, which might sound a bit out there, but whether or not you want to hear them.
Yeah, briefly.
Okay. Well, one of my ideas was to commission a script based on a drama series on the occupation here, and maybe some of the stories like Hubert Nicol and the Operation Basalt and SARC.
You don't have to be a deputy to do that, do you?
No, you don't. But I like to think of myself as a creative thinker, but we could sell that script to Netflix or whoever, and it'd just be a rolling advert for the island. There's other ideas as well.
Well, I'm going to come to Shane Long. Thank you. To health, which arguably has never been more important. Huge pressures from different groups in our society and beyond to prioritise certain approaches. What's important to you, Ross LeBrun, on health?
Yeah, we all went to the GDA hostings and the Work Rights and Wellbeing hostings, and we get informed to the brim of all the different issues, and we can list all the problems that we've got. But the main thing is the funding. If we had the funding, we could have everything. We could have the best of everything. We need to improve the economy with more creative thinking and get that boosted. A lady told me about an idea that she had for the mental health provision for younger people. From 18 to 25, she believes that the King Edward could be turned into a mental health unit and be staffed by about 5 nurses, and that because there is nothing for those younger people for themselves. And I mean, it's things like that we, if we had the funding, we could do these things.